What's up, folk? It's your boy, Brandon Bravon Towns. And I was asked, was I going to say anything else about the infamous events that happened on Sunday at the Oscars? You know, pretty much that's what my last two podcasts have been about. Well, the podcast and the talking-ish, which was straight talk, no sound effect, just having a conversation. Me and crazy cousin David. But I'm gonna say this. Then I'm gonna be done with it. You know, Will Smith's act. I'm not gonna change about how I feel about what he did. You know, it's a punk move. You know, he'll come up and slap that man and on live national TV for the world to see. I mean, you saying you defending your wife off a G.I. Jane joke, and, you know, to my knowledge, he didn't even know about her condition. So, you know, the people who are saying that he said something about her condition, no, he did not. He made a comparison to the way she looked and the way G.I. Jane looked from that film. It was a dated joke, yes, but I mean, I still found it funny because I've seen the G.I. Jane movie, that's all. But, excuse me. But, and everything that, all of the heat that Will Smith is taking, the way he's, you know, being dragged and whatnot, he brought it on himself. He deserves it right now because it's so fresh. You know, it just happened. He made a mockery of his biggest night, the apex of his night, the apex of his career, excuse me. He made a mockery of it by getting into his feelings and not being able to take a joke. Because, you know, I mean, I'm just like this. If you that thin skin and you know comedians are going to come up, then don't sit your ass in the front row. I don't care if you A-list or not, bro. That's just the way I feel about it. Because, you know, a comedian is going to do what a comedian is going to do. And clearly that was something personal. Clearly it has something to do with what happened 6 years ago. And clearly it's a lot of other stuff on Will Smith's mind. But it's still, he shouldn't have let it manifest in that manner, and he should have put his energy in a different places, not Chris Rock. Okay, that's just my personal opinion. And all of the heat that he's getting, he deserves it. You know, when you have Kareem Abdul-Jabbar saying what he said and how, you know, it was a bad look for black people, of course, because Kareem knows, like I know, like everybody else knows in the African-American community, when an African-American, and I quote, and when I say that, I mean it, when an African-American of high stature, famous or something like that, does something publicly that is unnecessary or something publicly humiliating, it falls on the entire race. That is one thing that I am very, very tired of when it comes to public perception, okay? Will Smith did what he did. All of the vitriol should go to him, not to the black race, not to the African American race. I'm so sick and tired of that because that doesn't happen with any other race in this country. When a black person of note, famous, whatever, a notable black person does something wrong, the whole race has to take the punch in the face, and that's not right. Because what Will Smith did does not speak for me. It doesn't speak for my family. Denzel Washington was sitting there. What Will Smith doing have to do with Denzel? He black. Tyler Perry black. The Williams sisters black. Why fall on the whole race? Oh, I'm sorry. Or is that just what I said yesterday of the three different races? My race, your race, and rich people. So all the heat that Will Smith's getting, he deserves it. But I was listening to a YouTube live today where they had a poll question. Should we forgive Will Smith? What? First of all, the question is dumb. The question is dumb because unless you are a family member of Chris Rock, unless you are a family member of Will Smith, unless you were one of those people at the Oscars who got an award after the incident took place, Will Smith ain't do nothing to you. And even then, I'm not going to say you shouldn't, I'm not going to tell you to not forgive him, but if you one of those three groups of people, particularly if you are one of the people who won awards after the incident took place, because by that time, nobody really cared. Nobody was really paying attention. Everybody's mind was just set on what they had just saw. Live at the event and people watching on TV. We didn't give a damn. I don't even remember who else won an award after that. So so for those people, I'm not saying don't forgive him, but I can understand if it takes a little longer because he stole your moment. I get it. But none of us are Chris Rock's jaw. Straight up, none of us are Chris Rock's jaw. So none of us are in any type of position outside of those three groups, particularly, like, why should I not forgive Will Smith? I mean, he made a foolish, dumb decision. He made a bad business decision. He came up, he slapped another black man on stage and on the biggest night in entertainment. The world was watching. But he slapped Chris Rock. He didn't slap an old woman off the stage. That's some stuff where you're like, whoa. You know, if he did that, like if he did something like what he did was bad enough, but not forgive him? Come on now. This goes back to what I was saying last week when I was talking about Tyreek Hill. When Tyreek Hill did something that was accomplished, and that was an accomplishment, getting the largest contract by a wide receiver in the history of the NFL, and then people want to bring up what he did back 3 years ago. It's like, how can you change as a person? Now, this is fresh as far as what Will Smith did, but how can you change as a person, do better as a person, learn from your mistakes as a person, if there's always people there to throw your past in your face? Will Smith fucked up. I'm going to keep it plain and clear. He did. And like I said, he deserves all the smoke that he's getting. And his son saying, this is how we do, please, just stop. I understand that with your pops defending your moms. Just stop. He messed up. He deserves all the smoke he's getting right now. But of course he should be forgiven. Of course. Now, anything internally that's going on in Will Smith's life, I don't feel bad for him. I really don't. Because he allowed his life to be an open book for the world to see. You know what I'm saying? He's the one, him and his wife are the ones who decided, yeah, let's be public about our open marriage. They decided that. You know what I'm saying? They decided to do the red table talks and all of that nonsense. I don't feel bad for them at all, because you decided to let people in your personal business. And now it's not working for you, and it hasn't been working for you because you've been a meme and all that other stuff. You brought that on yourself, sir, and maybe your issue is the person that you married to. Real talk. Maybe the issue is the one that you married to. I don't have nothing personal against Jada. She ain't never done nothing to me, but from the outside looking in, it looks like there's a control that's going on there that's not normal, you know. I mean, from the August Alsina and Mark Anthony and anything else, and, you know, weird swinger parties, whatever. You know, y'all decided to make that stuff an open book and open it up to the public. And so I don't feel bad for any internal stuff that you got going on with you, because you could have kept people the hell out your business. You could have told your wife, keep in-house stuff in-house. Just because you have an open relationship doesn't mean it's open to the public. That's all I'm saying. And again, Will Smith's actions don't speak for the African American race. See, I stay silly because I'm on another level when it comes to this stuff. I stick with my 3 S's: singing, sports, and silly. Because I'm on another level when it comes to this stuff, particularly the double standards that happen in this country to my people. And I'm not saying that my people are strictly a victim. Oh, no, because we do enough dumb stuff to ourselves. You know, I done said this many a times. Yes, Black Lives Matter, but Black lives need to matter to black people first. But that's a whole nother topic. Whole nother topic for another day. But like I said, his actions are indicative of Will Smith. not of the African American race. Remember that if you so choose to watch it. I'm just saying, I'm drinking some tea, excuse me. Ah, yes. A little splash of brandy in that, bud. You know. But yeah, when I hear dumb stuff like, should we forgive him? Come on, bro. Come on. He is a human being just like everybody else is a human being. We all have faults. We all make mistakes. Some bigger than others. I mean, like I said, he has to live with it. But he has to live with that action for the rest of his life. But it doesn't mean that he shouldn't be forgiven. And the people who... And the crazy thing is, the poll that I saw on YouTube Live was like 57% of the people said we shouldn't forgive him. I'm like, who the hell is y'all? Like, who the hell are y'all? Now, I saw another poll question. Should Will Smith be banned from the Oscars for life? See, that's a whole nother story because stories have come out now that the people at the Oscars asked him to leave and he refused to leave. See, that's a whole nother ball game right there. So, I don't know. Ain't got an answer for that one. And honestly, I don't have an answer for that one because I really don't watch the Oscars. So, personally, I don't care. I literally stumbled on to what happened Sunday night. But as far as the Oscars go, I don't give a damn. I don't watch them because most of the movies the movies that are up for awards, I don't watch them. I'm just keeping it 100. I watched King Richard the day before the Oscars. And the only reason why I watched King Richard was because Will Smith was in it. But when I hear people say this was Will Smith's lowest moment, no, it wasn't. After Earth was his lowest moment. That was horrible. I'm just saying. And maybe that's what was going through his mind when he was approaching that stage, when he was Mike Lowry walking to the stage and coming Chris Rock. Maybe his son's voice in that movie was going on. I am not a coward. I am not a coward. I am not a coward. Who knows? Who knows? But that's something he got to live with. But people, any, person that has nothing to do with nothing, that ain't part of Chris Rock family or Will Smith family or wasn't at the award show and had awards after that event happened, why would you not forgive him? Why? Why should you even care? To be honest with you. I mean, it just gives people content to talk about. But real shit, why would you not forgive him? I can't wait to see Will Smith's next movie. As long as it ain't After Earth 2. And that, I can't wait. But, I mean, real talk. People kill me with this stuff. People really kill me with that stuff. Should we forgive Will Smith? Like I said, just like what I was talking about with Tyreek Hill. Gets the biggest contract, and that's an accomplishment, and people want to bring some stuff up from his past. It just shows that once again, as a society, we show, we show how unforgiving we are every day. As soon as we get the green light, we show how much of an unforgiving, kick you while you down society we are. Now, like I said, I'm not going to front. This is fresh. Will Smith deserve all that heat right now. But 2-3 years from now, I don't care. It's going to live on forever because this is the most infamous moment in the history of the Oscars. But as far as forgiveness, of course the man deserves forgiveness. He does. But maybe he need to make changes in his life. And maybe he need to keep his personal life personal. Come on, dude. Keep your personal life personal. And if your wife can't do it, man, maybe you need to go in another direction. Because maybe you should have been going in another direction, homie. That's all I'm saying. That's all. So, peace out.